Yeah, I'm in New York City. I hear that you're in France.
Yeah. Who
Oh,
told
what
you
time is
that?
it over there?
Who told you that?
Daisy told me that.
Yeah, I'm like the city of Bilatin. I work from far away. Nobody ever sees me, but I'm always doing stuff. And yeah, I live in the second biggest city in France, which makes it a really small city, near Switzerland. So on the
No,
side of the
lovely. How is it over there right now with COVID?
French style. They have baguette and coffee, and we'll see what happens.
Oh, sounds like it.
Yeah, that's exactly the French way. I mean,
Yeah.
they try not to get too bothered about it. It's just that yeah, the restaurants are closed, and that's been a real big
Still,
hit.
wow. I did read that there's another lockdown coming.
We are actually on lockdown, but it's the French style. Yes, you can go out. Yes, you can go and take sun. No, the stores are closed. Pretty
You
much.
gotta continue, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, got it. That was us for some time, but we here in New York, we took it pretty seriously. I mean, we at first we had a curfew. I'm sure you saw that, but right
Yeah.
now a lot of things are easing up, and it's been such an amazing journey to see. I mean, we've had so many people get vaccinated, so
Yeah. So
we're
fast.
a lot of things are opening up much quicker now, and it's great. You get to see a bit more of life out there because it's been a very difficult year. I mean, we were hit the hardest here in the country. So
Yeah, I remember at the beginning it was New
yeah.
York. It was the epicenter.
Oh yeah, yeah. It was tough here for a very long time, but we've picked up, and you see a lot of people coming back to New York now. A lot of people fled. A lot of people moved out, and you see them coming right back. I'm like, "Yeah, I told you so." New York has a right to it. You can't leave the city. It's too much. It's too much fun. It's lovely here.
Yeah, they say that New York has this energy, just like Barcelona, for example, in
Oh
Spain. That
yeah,
once you go there, you cannot leave.
there's something. I was born and raised here, and I absolutely love it here. I always envision myself maybe moving to another state, but not too far from New York when I want to buy a house. But there's just something about it that I can't
Yeah, that's what everybody says. Yeah,
Yeah.
now I'm afraid of going. Maybe I won't leave. And
You're in
everything
a
I've
great place
built,
though. I've never been to France. I haven't been to France yet, but I've been to Italy. I loved Italy. But it's on my go-to.
it's a radically different thing.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's like a mindset and a spirit of enjoying life. Period. These
That's the way to
people
do it. That's the way to
these
do it.
people work to enjoy, to eat, to travel. It's completely different.
It's a great concept. I think that should be implemented here. I know a lot of us want that. We want to have the 4-day weekend, the 3-day weekend, and we
Yeah,
want to have more leisure. But you know, it's hard to not work in New York City. You have to maintain the lifestyle too,
yeah. There's like a wheel going all the time. Like you
all the
cannot
time.
stop. Yeah,
Oh,
it's pretty
you
much.
have to work hard here in New York City if you want to make it.
I
That's just
think you would love Paris. To be honest, I think you
yeah,
would love Paris. Yes,
yeah.
I was tempted to move there at some point because it's a city that makes you move and inspires and it makes you feel alive. It's amazing.
Ooh, I'll be afraid to go because I'll probably I want to say, yeah,
Yeah.
that's it's on my go-to list. I definitely want to go one day.
Well, if you're ever in Lyon, you just send me a message and I'll be more than happy to show you around.
Great, thank
It's a
you.
beautiful
And if
city.
you're here in New York, I got you. I live in the city in Midtown, and you can go anywhere from here.
Yeah, my plan is to go in September. I'm waiting for my vaccine and everything. I'm planning to go on September to see the girls in Miami, to see my spiritual godmother. She's one of our editors, Susan Ramirez Arellano, who lives in New York as well. So I'll let you know.
Oh
I'll let
yes,
you
of
know.
course. It'll be my pleasure.
So tell me a little bit, who are you, what you do?
So I am Priscilla Jiminian, and I founded Skinergy Beauty back in officially at the beginning of 2019. But I started with one product back in 2017. So I took a trip to the Dominican Republic with my father to visit his mother, my grandmother, on her 80th birthday. And me and my cousin and my family, we were on our way to the beach. And I had asked my cousin, I told her, I said, listen, I have a problem. I shave a lot and I pick at my skin a lot and I get a lot of dark spots. And I told her, I don't find anything in New York City. I don't find anything in the US that has actually helped my skin. So she goes, well, I know some people here that actually formulate, they do these things and skincare. And she connected me with someone that actually heard what I had to say. And we came up with a really good uh, formula for myself. So I brought that with me and I didn't use it for a few months. And then I started to use it when I think maybe it was maybe in November, December of that year that I started to use it. And I started to document that. So I actually posted videos and pictures on my personal Instagram and it picked up from there. So a lot of people were like, oh my God, what are you using? I want that. I need that. A lot of women of color, we have that issue where, you know, we pick at our skin or there's sun exposure and we have a very hard time getting rid of it. So that's how I started Skinergy Beauty. It was really something that fell in my lap, and it was because I had a personal insecurity of mine. So Skinergy Beauty came about 2 years later. I came up with the name. I started to consider expanding, which I did. So I connected with different laboratories, chemists, and now I'm up to 6 products. So that's I became a skincare entrepreneur just like that. My
And what,
background is in real estate.
okay, so big leap there.
Yeah, very.
What was I'm speaking also from experience. I'm an Arab Venezuelan woman and I have a lot of skin issues from eczema to the same issues that you were having.
Right.
What's the difference in this product? What is it in it that makes it so effective?
So the main ingredient in this product, the dark spot correcting cream, is kojic acid. So the products that I did use here that are available in the market here sometimes use hydroquinone. So hydroquinone is great and it's usually prescribed uh, through dermatologists or your doctors. But the problem with that ingredient is that it's very irritable to the skin. So my skin is extremely sensitized. A lot of people that have deal with eczema or deal with psoriasis, it's sensitive skin, right? But I have sensitized skin, meaning that it reacts to a lot of things very easily. As soon as I put something on my face, if my skin doesn't like it, I will see redness or I will feel some type of itchiness or something like that. So the difference here is that we're using kojic acid. Kojic acid is incredible to lighten dark marks, melasma or like brown patches or uneven skin tone. And it's actually very gentle on the skin, even for sensitive skin. So that's the difference. And I didn't find products that easily in the market. I didn't even know about kojic acid until I discovered it in the Dominican Republic.
Wow.
Yeah.
And uh, what in your experience, what are the obstacles and advantages of creating a beauty company like the way you did it from scratch?
Okay, so some of the obstacles I would say is learning everything yourself. I have, so I do have the advantage that I have over a decade of real estate experience. So I do know sales and I do know about customer service, right? But in terms of skincare, I definitely did connect with chemists and biochemists and people, estheticians, people that are in the industry that have helped me. But at the very beginning, I had to really dig in and buy books and read things and watch YouTube videos and learn all these things on myself and just learn the lingo, the language, and understand how the FDA allows you to make products and sell them and how you have to list them specifically on a box or on a label. And from that to learning about scents and things that can be very irritable to skin. And these are things that were important to me. And I know that I wasn't the only person out there with that because I obviously can't be the only person that's
Yeah.
dealing with this, right? So I think the obstacle was just learning everything and absorbing all of that and instilling all of that information into my head, into my brain, and uh, making sure that everything is going the way that it should. Because it's not just that, it's also learning accounting, learning finances, learning how to become your own boss in a way, and just being on top of everything and not having anybody else helping you and on the way. You know, it's very difficult to be an entrepreneur because you are literally overlooking everything. So you wake up and you're making sure that, okay, did I do this? Did I Did I follow up with a factory or a vendor, or did I follow up with this laboratory or this other laboratory? Are they on track with finishing up this product? It's a lot, but a lot of the advantages I would say for me is having the freedom to create and just doing the things that really make me feel alive, because I'm a very creative person naturally. I like to sketch. I like all things art. So for me, this is also very humbling for me as an experience, because I get to express myself in a way that I've never been able to before. So it's a beautiful journey, and it's beautiful to see how it's panning out on its own. um, so I think it's worth it. It's worth it because I wake up and I feel complete, and it's a very nice feeling.
What, sorry. There. What are the key skincare facts that women, especially Latinas, should
Mhm.
always keep in mind from your experience? What have you learned that?
For sure, I would say hydration. Hydration, and also making sure that you protect your skin against sun damage. That is so, so, so important. For me, I've noticed that and I'll be honest with you, I am a tanner. I love to go under the sun and tan and get as dark as possible. And I always knew that you have to protect your skin. I've always worn sunscreen, but I never really realized how important it was to use SPF day and night. I didn't think about it until I realized, okay, I sometimes when I was younger, I would pick up my skin and I would have these blemishes for so, so long. I would have these dark spots for so long. They would never disappear, right? So it was important for me to make sure that with these products that we're letting people know that sun damage is real. And then, that can also lead to some sort of skin cancers out there as well. So I think it's important for women of color to just sunscreen all the time and keep hydrated, especially from the inside out. Water is so, so, so important. You have to get your fruits, you have to get your blueberries, your watermelon, your coconut water is incredible for hydration. Just being on top of that for me is important. There was something that my skin was lacking for many years, and it was very dull. And it was I have combination skin. So I always had a very oily T zone, but I had dry patches around my jaw and my chin. So once I realized that my skin was lacking hydration, I was able to figure it out very easily. And I was able I was able to find what it needed. So hydration from the inside out, and always don't skip your skincare routine. I do it all the time, every day. I can be extremely tired. That's one thing I will not forget, to wash my face and to apply my products every day.
I think that's one of the hardest part to make it a habit.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank
It
you.
is. When I started to make it a habit for myself, which was back in, I would say, 2016, 2017, I was using a lot of Korean skincare products at the time. So I'm not sure if you're familiar, but they do 10, 12 steps every morning, every night. That I found to be way too long. And I wanted results in a few products instead of just having 10, 12 products, right? So I was able to achieve that with my products too. Like, we can target multi skin concerns with just a few products. And that was something that I actually wanted to do, and I did.
Especially because most of the Latinas, especially in the United States, they don't have the time to take,
Oh,
you know,
we don't have the time at all. And especially New Yorkers. I am a true New Yorker when I tell you this. I like to wake up. I do my meditation. Sometimes I listen to a podcast, but that takes 30, 45 minutes, right? That's my time to wake up and get everything together. But as soon as I'm up, I'm ready to like take on the world. I want to wake up. I want to have my breakfast. I want to check my emails. I want to make sure that everything is on point. Everything that I'm supposed to be doing is on point. But I also don't want to spend an hour doing skincare,
yeah.
and I also don't want to spend too much time doing makeup. So for me, it was so, so important to make sure that my products targeted a lot of things in just one product. If you choose just one, or if you choose two or three, you're still targeting a lot of concerns. And it's not going to take you too long. It'll take you 10 minutes or less, and you're out the door. And if you don't want to wear makeup, you don't have to wear makeup. That was also one of the things that I wanted to kind of eliminate from my daily routine, was spending so much time on makeup. because you can always cover your dark spots and your hyperpigmentation, but are you getting rid of it? You're so big. I want to wake up and feel like, okay, this is my skin. I'm just gonna throw on some mascara and go about my day. And that was also for me something that I wanted to achieve with my skincare products.
That's great. And I know a lot of our readers were especially mothers that have three toddlers around and they don't have the time to. They
Absolutely, especially during a pandemic. I mean, I can imagine. My sister is she's a mother of three, and she does not have the time at all, and she still works. You know, she's married. She has three kids, but the oldest and the middle child, they are taking virtual classes, and then she has the 3-year-old. So there is no time
exactly.
to sit down and do what you want to do. It's just impossible for the modern woman, the modern mother. So that's also very important to consider. It's not just the people that have the time that have no children like myself yet. It's also the mothers that don't have the time to do so.
Yeah, absolutely. The beauty market often does not distinguish between skin types and identities. There's not a market focused on. Maybe sometime now it's beginning, but
Yeah.
how does Skinergy address the diversity, especially for the Latina market?
Oh my God, that's one of the top most important things for me to focus on when we're formulating products, because I am Latina, I am a woman of color, and I did experience a lack of skincare products that were in the markets here in the U.S. I would go into Doing Read or even Sephora or Ulta, and I'm looking for something that was good for my skin, but actually gave me the results. And I wanted to see results and not wait 2 months to see results. I think the market has been great for women who don't battle with our concerns. And unfortunately, it took this long, but I'm happy that we're seeing diversity and inclusivity. I mean, there's a massive amount of retailers that are focusing on hyperpigmentation now. It's taken this long, but it's important. We have our skin is very different. It's susceptible to dealing with the sun damage and all those concerns that we're always having to make sure we are not not letting that happen to us. So um, I think for me, it's important to make sure that that is also the focus for my company, but I don't ever want to be a company that's just specifically for just one community. I want it to be broad and for everyone, in general, for everyone, but always keeping in mind my community, because it's a community that has not been given the opportunity to have these sources out there.
Yeah, absolutely. And what would you say to a young Afro Latina who wants to start her own company?
Oh my God. I would say to do it, to educate yourself in the way that you would see an employer do so. For me, I think it's so important to uh, just get yourself acquainted with the many aspects that a business entails. So it's not just creating a product, it's making sure that you are aware of your customer base. If your product is something that the market is lacking, and even if the market is saturated with what you're bringing into it, there's always something different, something that you bring that's different and that's important, to make sure that your voice and your passion is behind the brand. And it's not just something that you're doing just because of a trend or because something that you came out of because you were bored. You have to have a story behind it, and you have to know that you can connect with your customer base in that way and to execute. A lot of the times I think people fear taking that leap of faith. It's a risk just like everything else, but it's worth it at the end of the day. I did do something that a lot of people don't talk about. I did use a lot of my personal income at the very beginning. I was still in real estate when I started Skinergy Beauty. So I did take that risk. I continued to work 2 years after. Yeah. So from 2017 to 2019, I was still working in real estate. So I still had that cushion. I still had that salary coming in. So I was able to use that and fuel just the capital and just inject that capital into Skinergy Beauty and form a nice solid foundation for it. And now it's my full-time career. And it's a great thing. It's very difficult because you have to, you're shifting from having, you know, a normal 9 to 5 to
Oh,
a completely different career, but it's, you have to be smart about it. You have to make sure that you take the proper steps. So that was something that I did, that I always say is just prepare yourself in, just to make sure that you cover all of your bases, because you just don't know what can happen. But always do it, still do it. If it's really your passion and your dream, I think it's possible. I don't think your circumstances and your environment should stop you from doing something. I don't come from money. I was born and raised in the South Bronx in New York City. It's one of the poorest areas in the country, and it can literally deter someone from taking a step forward and taking that leap of faith. So for me, it's important for women and for just anybody in general to not let that stop you from trying to obtain a goal or a dream.
totally agree. It's amazing. And
Mhm.
my final question for you, I don't want to take a lot of your time, especially because I know it's your morning and it's
No
my
worries.
afternoon.
No worries. No worries. No worries.
What are your plans for the future now?
So we're currently we're always expanding. I'm always going to continue to expand. I am looking forward to getting into body care as well. So I've been focusing on skincare, but body care is also important. We have to take care of our entire bodies. So that is going to be introduced next year. I'm already working on some samples, so that's exciting. And some home products as well. So we're talking about bath salts. We're talking about just candles, oil diffusers, things that make you feel good, things that just help with the whole self-care lifestyle that we have implemented during the pandemic. It's very important to focus on emotional and mental stability. And for me, that's part of that comes from having all of these things available to you. So we're expanding into two different categories, but the focus is always going to be to just be a lifestyle brand. So that's what you'll see in the near future.
Amazing. Can we share that?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Of course.
great.
Can.
Well, I'm really excited about it. Hopefully one day, well, when I go to the States, I'll try your products, that's for sure.
Oh my God, I'd be happy to send you some products if you want. Take a look at my website. Whatever you want, we can send it over.
No, no, no. I want to support it. I want to support it because I know how important that is.
Thank you. It's
Um,
very sweet.
just one question, and this is more for me. Is it vegan, cruelty free,
So
every single time?
it's not vegan because we do use propolis, which come from honeybees, and
Okay.
um yeah, so and then we have stearic acid in some of our products, which is not, it's still vegetable derived, but it's, we don't label it as vegan, but it is cruelty free, it is sulfate free, and it's natural organic botanical products.
Yeah, that's the most important thing for me.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
something friends did to me. I do
Oh no,
everything by it.
it has to, of course. I lost my dog 3 years ago, and for me,
Oh shit.
I couldn't imagine doing something like that.
Well, my baby's there. I
Oh, you
mean,
have a doggy. What do you have?
I have a Dalmatian.
Oh my God, so cute.
Yeah, she's
Wish I could see him.
12 years old, 11 years old, and this is her
11?
fourth country. Yeah.
Oh my God, travels more than me.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm born and raised in Venezuela, as she is. Then we moved to Chile, then to Barcelona, and now in France.
Oh my God, a
She's-
well-traveled dog. I like
Yeah,
that.
she got her European passport first than I did.
That's cute. That's cute. That's cute.
It was an amazing pleasure talking to you, Priscilla.
Oh, same here. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you. They were great questions. Again, I'm going to tell you again, if you want anything, I'm more than happy to send it over.
No, I'll chip into the cost.
Oh
Absolutely.
my God. Thank you so much. It was a
No,
pleasure.
thank you, and I'll be sure to send you the link whenever the article's up.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Take
much.
care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.